EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. From the cliffs at Lighthouse Point, opening round coverage of the Maine Classic. What might we have in store for us over the course of these next 4 days? We've got big names, we've got dark horses, we've got it all as we look at the leaderboard on this Thursday. Cameron Young from Wake Forest is your leader. He's already at 9 under par. So let's get you out to the action on the turn as we head to the tee at the par 4 10. So, Frank, the PGA Tour season really starting to get interesting now. Of course, we still have the Open Championship to look forward to, but after that, not a whole lot remains until the start of the playoffs in Memphis.
Yeah, apart from that trip across the pond, we're going to be stateside the rest of the season. And it's weird. I know a season looks long on paper, but, the weeks just fly by. And the quality of golf we've seen this year has just been absolutely spectacular. And I think we're going to finish strong. I really do. I think there might be something special. Maybe some sub-60s to close the year, but I'm really looking forward to those playoffs.
And now we bring in a man who knows a little bit about rookie success on the PGA Tour. Noda Begay III won twice in his first season. Noda, our featured player here, coming off a terrific performance last week. Most rookies, I'm guessing, are thinking, hey, look, if I can make some cuts this year, learn the ropes, I'll take it. But coming off a top 5 finish, does the thinking change?
Yeah, it certainly does. And for one reason only. You put yourself in the top 5, it means you're doing just about everything possible to get into the winner's circle. Now, just maybe refine a couple things, sharpen up the edges just a bit, and go out and get it done.
Now, after the big drive, this a good distance here for a second to the par 5. Yeah, mission accomplished. On into, didn't fly it all the way there, but got enough release in good shape. Oh yeah, that's how you take advantage of a par 5. It's in for an Eagle 3. Superb. 12th hole now, and Frank, the long hitters could have an advantage here.
If they want to take a very dangerous line over that left side, this is really where the shot maker has the advantage. That hole bending completely to the left. You'd like to hit a draw there, so use those bunkers down the through side of the fairway and then just sort of shape that ball towards the green. Interesting shaped green, really 3 different sections to this, and of course 3 bunkers, each protecting a different portion.
This one tugged just a bit, the wind going to push it a little. So that ball nestles down in the rough. Just got away a little bit on that tee ball. Walking the course today, let's bring in Noda Begay III.
He's got 95 yards to the front, 115 to the hole, and coming off the eagle on the last hole, no reason to think he won't be in attack mode here.
It's tough to take an extra club out of that lie, Rich, because it's always in the back of your mind. If you hit it properly, it's going to email the green.
Gave that one everything he had. I mean, really gouged it, and still, it was short.
Job was made harder by the second shot coming up short, but excellent use of the flop shot and a chance to escape with a par.
No missteps there. It is a par here at 12, and he'll remain at 4 under. Well. What do we have here, partner? The par 5 13th, or is it a par 8? I can't tell.
It looks like a misprint, Rich. 702 yards, and not only that, too, they put the two fairway bunkers in a perfect place. Perfect place if they want to annoy your tee shot. It's going to take 310, 320 yards just to get past that. Then you've got a long way to go. And, of course, remember when you're on 10? This is the shared green. So 13 and 10, this is where they meet up again at the end of a long walk.
Now his third, staring right at the green.
And that ball looked good in the air. You'd like it to be a little closer, but still inside 40 feet. Just going to have to be careful with the lag putting.
Oh, the pace perfect on that one. It's in for birdie. Starting the 14th hole. And that one not on the green, but not in a terrible spot either. Sitting up in the short grass. Now a 7-footer. Okay, good putt. And a par here at 14. And he'll stay at 5 under. Rich Lerner back at Lighthouse Point with Frank Nobilo. We're at the 15th hole. Frank, a relatively short par 4, 387 yards.
Yeah, finally we get one under 400 yards. A little bit of trouble off the tee to be avoided. Bunker left and that little pot bunker on the right. But missed those. And really, this is a very much a scoring opportunity.
Boy, a good round going here on this Thursday, and that another fine effort off the tee. So now from just 76 yards away, here's his second. But he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
Yeah, swing didn't quite look right on that one. Everybody goes to the range and they all want to hit 300-yard short shots. But those little chip shots, they're just as important.
Yes, Will. Right there. That is in for par here at 15. And he'll remain at 6 under par. Our featured golfer in a good position, you'd have to say. Just 3 shots off the pace after round 1.
Just got to keep the leaders in check, though. Can't afford to get, further away.
So that's a wrap for all of us at EA Sports PGA Tour. Thanks for coming along. We'll see. EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. From the Atlantic coast of Maine and Lighthouse Point, live second-round coverage of the Maine Classic. But if we see more of what we witnessed yesterday, we're in for a heck of a battle these next 3 days as we show you the current leaderboard here on this Friday. Jordan Spieth is your leader. He's at 9 under. We head out to the course as we pick up the action on the tee at the par 4 fourth. No problems there. That's going to wind up safely in the fairway. Well, no one better to assess this situation than Nota Begay III, who came through the Korn Ferry Tour to win twice as a rookie on the PGA Tour. And Nota, our featured player here in contention early. Now, granted, it's just a Friday, but you start to get the sense that some of that success in the lower levels, the amateur days, could pay big dividends here.
Yeah, if you just take a look at this player's pedigree, it's blue chip. Great success at the collegiate and amateur levels, but this is the PGA Tour. You've got to go out there. You've got to continue to press forward. Looking good early on the Friday, but we got a long way to go to the end.
Okay, that one finished off. It's a par here at 4. And he'll stay a couple of shots off the lead. Now at the 5th hole, it's a par 4. Frank, what are we in store for?
Well, it's very easy to get lulled into a false sense of security here, Rich. No fairway bunkers, you sort of think you would blaze away. But really, you've got to find the fairway here. Very small green and well protected by that bunker short and right of this green. So if you miss the fairway, this hole becomes very difficult indeed quite quickly.
He'll be factoring in this breeze in his face as he sets for a second. Down to Iona, this for birdie.
Well, they often say it's the toughest putt in golf. There's not a lot to it. I think you can take dead aim.
Yeah, he had a pretty good run at that, but it won't go down. Still pretty good from there. That one finished off. It is a par here at 5, and he's going to stay 2 back. Now at the 6th hole, it's a par 3, just under 200 yards. Where's the challenge here, Frank?
Well, you've got to love that bunker on the left side, Rich, especially because it's shaped like a letter L. You've got to fly that. The green's not too deep. So really the challenge is trying to flight that ball in amongst the breeze should it kick up.
A very sensible play there, right in the middle of the green. Let's bring in Nota Begay III for a look at birdie.
Well, in all things considered, he's in pretty good shape, coming back up the slope, working slightly to the right.
Nope. Safely in for par here at the 6th, and he'll remain 3 shots off the pace. Par 4 7th here at Lighthouse Point is only 370 yards. Frank, are you unhappy if you walk out of here with anything other than a birdie?
I think we'll see all sorts of different scores here, Rich. If you hit the fairway, then obviously you're definitely going to be looking at birdie. But you stray or hit the wrong club off the tee, that's really what this hole's about. It's about club selection. You could hit a multitude of clubs off this tee.
That will do just fine. Second shot upcoming with that pin tucked in the front left. Well, had a good lie in the fairway, but couldn't do anything with it. That comes up woefully short.
Way too good, I must say. That was just smashed. Yeah, sizable putt left.
11 feet away. That one in. It is a bogey here at the 7th. And he's going to fall to 6 under par. Now another par 3. We're at the 8th. Frank, it's only 165 yards.
It is, but when you look at the green, you can see how narrow it is. Actually, the green is nearly a figure 8, so it's obviously the right number hole. Bunker's sort of short leftish and that little pocket area on the right, so it'll punish anything left or right, even though the hole's just that meager yardage.
Stuck the follow through right there. This could be really good. All right, you take those all day long. On the green, chance for birdie coming up. Okay, right on line. That's a birdie here at the 8th. And that's going to get him to 1 under for the round and 7 under now for the tournament. We move to the 9th hole and we begin to go inland, Frank. I'll miss some of the views along the ocean. I won't miss the nerves with the potential of a golf ball sailing off into the Atlantic Ocean. That said, par 5, you think about a scoring opportunity, but then I look at the scorecard and it says this is the number 6 handicap hole. That's pretty tough.
It is, and the reason why is there's trouble both sides of this fairway, and that's normally sand and cliffs, and the designer's really thrown the boat out, excuse the pun. We are on the coastline here. This whole dog legs to the left, and ideally you just sort of like to go fairway, fairway pitch. That's the prudent way to play the hole, but of course everybody likes to chance the driver and reach the par 5 and 2. Miss, pay the price. And that second shot on this par 5, it just came out too low, came out like a bullet. That first bounce, it wasn't going to stop. Second bounce wasn't going to stop, and just ran over the back.
All right, not exactly what you're hoping for, but safely on the putting surface with birdie still in play. Ah, the line. Perfect there. And that's in for a birdie. So for our featured golfer, Frank, they're in good position here for the weekend. Just a couple of shots back of our leader.
Basically, it's just birdie, bogey, and they're tied. I think that's the way we've got to look at it come tomorrow.
So that should just about... EA Sports and the PGA Tour are proud to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. From the rocky coast of Maine and the cliffs at Lighthouse Point its third-round coverage of the Maine Classic. Well, if yesterday was any indication, we should be in for a memorable weekend of golf here as we take in the leaderboard on this Saturday. We've got a tie at the top at 13 under par. We head out to the course as we pick up the action on the tee at the par 4 fourth. So a beautiful Saturday here, Frank, and it is certainly beautiful in the eye of our featured golfer. Everything has come up roses to this point in the tournament, leading here into the weekend and in search of that first ever PGA Tour victory, one that I think would say to the world, hey, I belong here.
This has been an incredible year for young players coming out, Rich, so I think that this player would add their name to that list. They've got skill, they've certainly got nerve, and all they need is to finish the job. Maybe today's the day.
Well, I want to know what Nota Begay III has to say about this, because he won twice as a rookie on the PGA Tour. And Nota, we look at our featured player right here. You think about what must be running through that mind right now. It is Saturday, still a long ways to go. But what are you thinking when you look at that leaderboard and you see your name up there on top?
Well, you look at the leaderboard and you're like, wow, my name is really up there with some of the game's best. But you have to not get sucked into the distraction and get refocused on the task at hand, which is hitting the shot that's right in front of you, and continue to do that for the rest of the day until the last putt drops at 18.
"12 feet still to go." Oh, that'll bring a wry smile. A very good putt there to save his par. It'll hold tight at minus 13. Fifth hole now at Lighthouse Point. Frank, it's a beefy par 4.
Another hole without any fairway bunkers off the tee, but really the main defense here at the Cliffs is the elements. Find the fairway, and you'll also be hitting to a green which is protected by a little bunker to the right side of that, and short. So precision, once again, required here. Well, the ball's finished up okay, but look how it got there.
Birdie putt coming up, and we go to Iona Stephen.
Yeah, Rich, this putt's got to be started out to the right-hand side. It will break back to the left, and you've got to be wary of that slope.
He'll finish that one off with no problem. It's in for par, and he'll stay right where he is. Par 3 sixth is relatively short, 198 yards, Frank.
This one, really, you've got to go airborne here. That bunker that protects the left side and front, you've got to carry that and get it to land soft so it doesn't skip through the back of the screen.
Now from the bunker.
Yeah, just a little splash out on this par 3.
Once this is out, it is going to need to put on the brakes quickly. Okay, not a bad recovery from out of the sand, and a chance, maybe, to limit the damage to one drop shot. Yeah, that's well done, though it is for bogey here at the par 3, and he's going to fall out of the lead, wind up a shot back. Par 4 7th, only 370 yards. Frank, decision to be made off that tee.
It is. I walked this hole, Rich, to the narrowest point of the fairway. It's 278 yards, and if you want to carry that left side, you're going to have to be strong, 300 yards. So really, I don't know if driver's the play. Maybe even 3-wood's too much. You might have to throttle back even further. So the hole might be short. You just might get a little bit of a longer second shot than what the scorecard would normally allow you.
Well, I know I'm paid to talk, but there's not really much to say about that. Best to just move on to the next shot. We need to recheck the yardage after that one. That's on the green, but not a real good shot. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Nicely judged, though it's 4-5 here at the par 3. And he's going to fall to 3 shots off the lead. Getting set at the 8th hole. It's a par 3 of 165 yards. Break it down for us, partner.
This gets really narrow in the middle of this green, Rich. That's sort of the biggest problem. Matter of fact, only had 12 yards from that left side to the right in the middle. And the green itself actually is 3 times that in length, 36 yards. So straightness is the key here.
Okay, that one's dancing. We turn to Nota Begay III for this look at birdie.
A very makeable look here. Get the ball started and let it trickle down to the hole.
Are you kidding me?
That looked like it was in.
Okay, that in for par here at the 8th. And he's going to remain at -16. So for the golfer we've been watching, it will all be on the line tomorrow. It is a tie atop the leaderboard after 54 holes, Frank.
And with 18 holes to go, it's really hard to pick the player that's going to stand out.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour so proud to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. From the northeastern coast of the U.S. and Lighthouse Point, live final round coverage of the main classic. Well, we have already seen 3 scintillating, sometimes spectacular rounds of golf. By the time twilight comes calling later today, we will have a champion as we check the Sunday leaderboard. Our leader here on this Sunday is our featured golfer. He's got a 2-shot advantage here to begin play. Let's get right into the action, starting with the par 3 14th. So Sunday is here, and our featured golfer, the rookie, in the lead, trying to close out that first ever professional victory. All that goes with it. Frank, it is a spot you have been in before. What kind of thoughts are running through their head?
A lot of different thoughts, Rich, and that's the problem. We've got to try and weed some of those out. I would just go back to the basic syntax. You are leading. Why? Because you're playing better than anybody else in the field. So you don't have to do anything different. If you can play golf similar to what you have in the first 3 days, you're favored to win. Anything above that is minutiae. It clouds the brain. Kiss, right? Keep it simple. You put the bid on the end. Certainly seeing some short game skills today, and that's more evidence here, really keeping this round together as we get closer to the clubhouse.
This from 7 feet. Yeah, well done. That's in for par. And this is going to stay a 2-shot lead. No issues there. It is a par here at 14. And that cushion's going to remain 2 shots. 15th hole, and Frank, a return to sanity. 387 yards, par 4.
Second easiest hole on the golf course. Bends a little to the left. Just avoid the sand left and that little pot bunker on the right. And you should be set up with a relatively short iron in to a green that really the only problem is if you go long.
Beautiful tempo to that swing, and this is going to wind up squarely in the fairway. Well, this is a big spot. Nota Begay III is familiar with this kind of position, having won twice as a rookie on the PGA Tour. How in the world did you not win Rookie of the Year honors that season? Did Carlos Franco at the age of 36 was Rookie of the Year, Nota?
Yeah, Carlos put together a great year. And Rich, don't worry. I don't think about it much. Only every day that ends in Y. But you come out to the PGA Tour and you have to deal with an elevated type of pressure. Not everybody can handle it. You go out there, you do the best to process, stick to your strategies, and try and execute for as long as possible.
Carlos, by the way, did have the superior mustache. As for our featured golfer, just curious what you think of the body language so far, because you're well aware, Nota, no matter how many tournaments you've won in the junior ranks or as an amateur in college, and you won your share alongside a certain TW at Stanford, this is a different kind of pressure, isn't it? Yeah, and you can certainly look at a player's body language and get a sense of just what their mindset is headed into that particular hole or set of holes. And in this particular instance, they're trying to process a different kind of pressure, the highest kind of pressure, PGA Tour pressure. Ah, yes, never in doubt. It's a birdie here at 15. And after a top 5 finish last week, he's looking to go all the way and claim victory here. Final par 3 on the backside. It's the 16th, 241 yards. Time to make a move as we are in the finishing stretch here.
When you give the scorecard a cursory look, you might think 240-something yards is a difficult hole, but this plays quite a bit downhill, so it plays more around the 200-yard mark. A fairly generous green, protected by the bunker.
And that's certainly not what you have in mind standing on the tee box. That never had a chance of hitting the green. Yeah, most folks miss it long on a downhill par 3 like this, but there, he'll come up a bit short. Okay, didn't want to let that one get away. It is a par here at 16, and the lead's going to stay at 3. Nicely done as he rolls that in for his par, and this will remain a 3-shot lead. Now at the 17th, and Frank a chance to make a birdie. Who knows, with a couple of huge pokes, you could make Eagle 3. This is a pretty stout hole at a little bit more than 600 yards.
It is, especially if that breeze comes off the water into your face. But normally you're protected here because the hills on the left will block that breeze. Bunkers all the way down the right side, you can see that. But yeah, you're right, 2 big hits, and you might just reach this par 5 and 2. Birdie, perhaps even Eagle on a good day.
showing no signs of a let-up here. This tournament seemingly under control, as that's in the fairway here at 17. And that one not quite able to hang on. It's into the bunker. Want to make sure you catch this cleanly. His second to the par 5. Okay, that's a good safe play. Get it back out into the fairway. Get some distance if you can. And gets it to try and make a good third on this par 5.
And that second shot on this par 5, it just came out too low, came out like a bullet. That first bounce, it wasn't going to stop. Second bounce wasn't going to stop, and just ran over the back.
Third shot coming up now from the bunker. Okay, a good out, and that's what will remain for birdie. Let's bring in Nota Begay III for a look at birdie.
And he's seemingly had no problem with his reads all round long, so this shouldn't be too difficult.
Boy, that's a good stroke. Just a fraction off target, but you can't get the speed any better than that. Oh, finishing strong. That's in for birdie here at 17. And the lead is 3 now, with just one hole remaining. No problems there. That's par here at 17. This will stay a 4-shot advantage with time running out for the rest of the field. Well, at last we're at number 18, and Frank, I have really enjoyed this golf course, and now when you see the lighthouse in the distance, it really makes it that much more special.
It is. The beacon will always take you home, and speaking of home, this finishing hole, it bends to the left. A good tee shot will somehow find the fairway and just leave you a short iron in, and of course, you make 3 here, and then that smile's going to light up like a beacon.
Just the 7-wood there, trying to control the flight, but that is safely into the fairway. He needs to be mindful of the breeze here as he sets for his second. From an ideal location, middle of the fairway, this his second.
Well, if that's the last iron shot of the day, it's absolutely gorgeous.
Now this for another birdie. Yeah, that's well played. It's a birdie at 18. And that's going to wrap up our 18 holes of golf. Okay, safely in for his par at 18. And that will finish off our round of golf. Well, Frank, I guess we can say, hello world. It is a Sunday to remember our featured player, a champion for the very first time.
Let the celebrations ring in, that's for sure, and let the career fully ignite and start and go stratospheric.
So that's it for us. For Frank, Noda, Iona, and our entire crew, Rich Lerner saying, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time on EA Sports PGA Tour.